The noise inside Ford Field reached another level the second Bruno Mars slid across the stage and unleashed a dance move nobody in Detroit saw coming. Fans screamed, phones shot into the air, and for a brief moment the entire stadium looked less like a concert venue and more like a citywide celebration caught on live television. What started as another highly anticipated stop on the romantic tour quickly transformed into one of the most talked-about performances of the year. By the time the lights dimmed in Detroit, thousands of fans already knew they were about to witness a major show. But few expected Bruno Mars to deliver what many concertgoers are now calling the wildest dance performance of his career. The Grammy-winning superstar arrived at Ford Field with the confidence of a veteran entertainer, yet somehow managed to surprise even longtime fans who believed they had already seen everything he could do on stage. The atmosphere outside the stadium hours before Showtime already hinted at the scale of the event. Streets surrounding Ford Field were packed with fans wearing retro-inspired outfits, sparkling jackets, and custom 24K Magic merchandise. Music blasted from parked cars while vendors sold unofficial Bruno Mars posters and shirts. Downtown Detroit carried the energy of a championship weekend. Inside the venue, anticipation continued building as giant screens flashed cinematic visuals promoting the romantic tour. The production design leaned heavily into gold lighting, dramatic shadows, and old-school Las Vegas glamour mixed with modern arena spectacle. Every detail appeared carefully designed to create an immersive experience. Then the moment finally arrived. As the opening beat thundered through the stadium, Bruno Mars emerged from beneath the stage surrounded by flashing lights and roaring pyrotechnics. The reaction was instant. Ford Field erupted into deafening screams before he even sang his first line. Fans stood on their seats, waving phones in every direction as the singer launched into an explosive opening performance. But it was during the middle section of the concert that the night truly became unforgettable. While performing an extended version of Uptown Funk, Bruno Mars suddenly broke away from the choreography fans had seen in previous tour clips online. Instead of sticking to the familiar routine, he launched into a rapid-fire freestyle combination of spins, slides, shoulder pops, and lightning-fast footwork that stunned the entire stadium into chaos. For several seconds, the crowd reaction nearly drowned out the music itself. Videos from the moment immediately began spreading across TikTok, Instagram, and X within minutes. Fans described the performance as insane, unreal, and something straight out of another era. Some compared the movement to a blend of James Brown, Michael Jackson, and classic Soul Train energy, while others insisted Bruno Mars had officially entered a different level as a live performer. Entertainment critic Dana Whitmore of Detroit Sound Weekly later described the moment as one of the rare modern arena performances where genuine surprise takes over the entire building. You could feel the shock move through the crowd, Whitmore said after the show. People weren't just cheering because they liked the song. They were reacting because they realized they were watching an artist completely take control of a stadium in real time. That sense of unpredictability became the defining theme of the night. Throughout the concert, Bruno Mars balanced polished production with spontaneous crowd interaction. At one point he paused near the extended runway stage to joke with fans holding signs near the barricade. Minutes later he transitioned directly into a high-energy dance break that sent the front rows into another frenzy. What made the Detroit performance stand out wasn't simply technical precision. It was the emotion behind it. Unlike many modern stadium shows that rely heavily on visual effects and backing tracks, Bruno Mars maintained a strong live presence throughout the night. His vocals remained sharp even during demanding choreography, while the live band added an organic energy that kept every song feeling alive. Several industry insiders attending the concert noted how rare that combination has become in today's touring landscape. Music producer Alan Rivera, who has worked with multiple pop and R&B artists over the last decade, praised the performance after the show. Most artists can either sing at that level or dance at that level, Rivera explained. Very few can do both for over 2 hours in a stadium environment. Bruno Mars understands packing, crowd psychology, and stage movement in a way that feels old school but still modern. That balance may explain why the Romantic Tour has quickly become one of the hottest live events of 2026. Detroit represented one of the tour's most anticipated stops, and demand proved massive enough to push organizers into expanding ticket availability earlier this year. Fans traveled from across Michigan and neighboring states to witness the performance, turning the event into a regional attraction. For many attendees, the concert carried emotional significance beyond entertainment. One fan named Melissa Carter drove nearly 6 hours from Ohio with her 2 daughters after missing Bruno Mars' previous tour several years ago. Standing outside Ford Field after the show, she struggled to describe the experience. It felt like everyone forgot about real life for 2 hours, Carter said. People were dancing with strangers, everyone was smiling. When he did that dance move during Uptown Funk, I honestly thought the stadium roof was going to come off. Social media metrics appeared to support the overwhelming reaction. Within hours, clips from the Detroit concert accumulated millions of views online. Hashtags connected to Bruno Mars and Ford Field began trending nationally overnight, while fan accounts posted slowed-down replays analyzing the now viral dance sequence frame by frame. Some users even joked that Detroit witnessed the greatest cardio performance in music history. Still, beyond the viral clips and online excitement, industry observers pointed towards something more meaningful happening during the show. In an era where many live performances are carefully calculated for social media moments, Bruno Mars seemed focused on creating genuine connection inside the venue itself. That authenticity resonated strongly throughout the evening. During a quieter segment of the concert, Bruno Mars addressed the audience directly, thanking Detroit for its energy and support. The tone briefly shifted from explosive spectacle to something more intimate. "You give us everything every night," he told the crowd. "That's why we leave everything on this stage." Comment triggered another massive wave of cheers. Moments later, the energy surged again as the band transitioned into Treasure, transforming Ford Field into a massive dance floor. Fans danced in aisles, security guards smiled while filming portions of the show, and even stadium staff appeared caught up in the atmosphere. Observers noted how naturally Bruno Mars controlled those emotional transitions. Rather than relying on scripted pauses, he moved between humor, intensity, nostalgia, and celebration with remarkable fluidity. That rhythm kept audiences engaged from beginning to end, preventing the kind of slow stretches that sometimes affect large-scale arena performances. Critics also praised the visual presentation accompanying the performance. Massive LED walls displayed cinematic retro graphics, while synchronized lighting transformed the stadium into a glowing gold and red landscape. During key dance moments, camera operators zoomed tightly onto Bruno Mars' footwork, ensuring even fans in the upper levels could feel connected to the performance. The production design amplified the feeling that audiences were watching more than a concert. It felt closer to a live entertainment event built specifically for viral cultural moments. And yet, despite the massive scale of the production, the night still centered almost entirely around Bruno Mars himself. Every major reaction inside Ford Field traced back to his movement, timing, or interaction with the crowd. Whether delivering powerhouse vocals or unleashing unpredictable choreography, he remained the undeniable focal point of the evening. That star power has become increasingly important in modern live entertainment. As ticket prices continue rising across the music industry, audiences expect more than basic performances. They want moments that feel unique enough to justify the experience. In Detroit, many fans believed they received exactly that. By the final stretch of the concert, exhaustion inside the stadium became almost visible. Yet somehow the energy never disappeared. Instead, it intensified. As confetti exploded into the air during the closing songs, fans screamed lyrics back toward the stage while Bruno Mars continued dancing with astonishing stamina. Even after nearly 2 hours of nonstop movement, he appeared fully locked into the performance. That endurance became another major talking point online afterward. How is he still moving like that at the end? One viral TikTok comment read. Another fan posted, "Bruno Mars dances like the rent is due tomorrow." The humor reflected genuine admiration. Because underneath the flashy production, viral clips, and social media buzz, Detroit audiences recognized something increasingly rare in mainstream pop culture: an artist fully committed to live performance as an art form. Not just singing songs, not simply recreating studio recordings, but actively transforming a stadium into a shared emotional experience. That may ultimately explain why the Ford Field concert generated such intense reaction nationwide. The performance wasn't shocking because of controversy or spectacle alone. It shocked people because it felt real. Every scream from the audience, every reaction caught on camera, and every viral replay online reflected the same basic truth. Fans knew they were witnessing a performer operating at an elite level in real time. As crowds slowly exited Ford Field late into the night, conversations echoed through downtown Detroit. People replayed favorite moments, debated the best dance sequence, and searched online for videos before even reaching their cars. For one night, Bruno Mars didn't just perform in Detroit. He completely took over the city. And judging by the reactions still exploding across social media, fans may be talking about that wild dance move for a very long time.